Well, hello there, friends. Welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to My Beautiful Chaos. This is going to be one of those videos where we just sit and chit chat. But don't worry, I've got a theme. So, we all know that life is busy. And we all know that summer is very quickly coming to an end and school is fixing to start back. And our town, we've got a little less than 2 weeks. By the time this video comes out, it's probably about one week. So that means we're getting down to the nitty gritty and we got to get ready for school. That means new routines. We got to buy school clothes. We got to buy school supplies. We got to do all those things. And life is fixing to get extra crazy again. But don't worry, because this is going to be our busy mom hacks. If you remember way back when I first started this channel, we did some busy mom hacks, but this is going to be different. This is going to be busy mom hacks back to school edition. But don't worry, if you don't have kids that are going back to school, you could probably still benefit from this. So don't turn away. And also, you might have grandkids that could benefit from this. So stay with me here. But we are going to talk about all those fun things, like how we're going to save money when it comes to buying back to school clothes, back to school shoes, school supplies, all those things. And we're going to talk about some good tips, tricks, and organizational hacks that work for us, and kind of just little bitty things here and there. We're also going to hit on school lunches. We're going to do some of those in a separate video later, but school lunch hacks, some good go-to items, all that fun stuff. So stay tuned, because even if you don't have kids going back to school, you probably have somebody or know somebody that does. So you're going to be on your A game after we do this. So let's do the number one, school supplies. That's going to be our first category. Y'all, times is hard. I mean, it costs a fortune, a small tiny little fortune, just to go to the grocery store. And the last thing you want to do, and I want to do right now, is having to buy school supplies. But they must be bought because kids need to learn, and we need to set them up for success so they can learn. So what I typically do is, our first thing, I buy things that I know they will need. If you have kids in the school system, public school system, and they've been there for a little bit, you kind of have some items that you know are on that list from year to year. Like for me, example, I know every year they're going to need pink pearl erasers. That's always on a list. They're going to need some crayons, always there. Pencils, Ziploc bags, disinfectant wipes, Kleenex. All those things I know 100% is going to be on that list. So if I catch those things on a good sale throughout the year, I'm going to buy those babies up and I'm going to put them in the closet and I'm going to save them. First thing. Our next thing that we're going to do is we are going to price match. When you get that school list in them hands, you are going to get on that phone and you are going to start price matching. You are going to get on the Walmart app, the dollar store app, whatever, wherever you shop at, Amazon, all of the things, and you are going to compare those prices and you're going to buy the cheapest. I have done that a lot this year. A lot. I think I have bought our school supplies from 4 different places so far, and I'm not even done because I want the best price, because a dollar saved is a dollar saved. That's a dollar that you can spend for something else. Like I just did a video where we went to the Dollar General and I couponed and shop sales ad for school supplies, and I got $60 worth of school supplies. That's what it would have costed if I had went to Walmart for $28 at the Dollar General. That is $32 that can go to more school supplies. Also, what we're going to do, if we are having a hard time buying school supplies, we are going to accept help. So I know in my area, there is churches, there's organizations, there is government ran organizations and privately owned organizations that help with school supplies. Every year that will give you school supplies for your kids. And I know in my area, most of the times it's no questions asked. Like you just show up if you need school supplies and they will give you a backpack full. A lot of them might just have some like basic generic supplies that everybody needs. So like a backpack, pencils, binders, just basic things, and not per se a list that goes by your child's school. But those are still good items because you can still use those for your kid. Some of the other ones I've seen, if it's by district, they will actually go and have school supplies bought by the list, by the school. So you can go to them and tell them, hey, my kid goes to this school and they're in this grade. They will go and get you a backpack that is pre-filled with those supplies. So we are going to let go of that pride. We are going to let go of that fear about needing help, and we are going to go get the help if we need it. Even if you think you can afford those school supplies, but it's really going to cut into your budget otherwise, like your food budget, your bills, anything like that, take advantage of it, because it is there to help you. If it's going to take any load off of you and any worry, take advantage of it. That's what it's there for. So that's what we're going to do. I would do it if I needed to. You do it if you need to. There's no shame. And the next thing, listen, this is a touchy subject for me. I might go a little hard on this subject. So every year you get your school list, and it seems like a lot, and most of the time it is a lot. So when we look at that list, our mind starts going to, oh my gosh, I'm buying, this is going to be controversial. I love you guys, but I'm passionate about the subject. Our mind starts going when we see all of those things on that school list to, I'm just buying for the whole classroom and not just my kid. I'm just going to be I'm here to say that your kid is probably going to go through those 5 boxes of crayons, because I know in my house, they lose crayons, they break super easy, they go through those things. Your kid is also probably going to go through those 8 glue sticks they need to, and probably more, especially if you have little kids, because they don't know how to use that yet. So they're using way too much. They're going to lose it. They're probably going to break it or tear it up at some point too. So your kid probably really does need all of those things. Now, I know there's some items on there that you might not understand why they're for, and same. Like, for example, on Hattie's list, she needs cardstock paper, and I'm like, that's strange, but they might have a project planned. I don't know. And another one example, Riley needs like 12 expo markers. There's usually like 23 kids in her class. So if you times those 12 expo markers by as many kids in her class, why do they need that many? I'm with you. I understand. And I understand too that it's hard to buy all of that. It is so hard, especially if you are lower income. I've been there. And if you have multiple kids in the school system that you are buying for, heaven help, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. I get it. You don't want to buy what you don't need, which segues us into our next little bit. There's ways that if you don't buy it, they ain't going to do nothing to your kid. They're not going to kick him out of school. There was one time, I think Riley was in the 1st grade, and they asked for certain supplies and class fee, and I didn't do it. I couldn't do it at that point. And they sent me a form home that I had to sign that was like fee waived, and they waived it. So if you can't do it, don't do it, because they can't kick your kid out of school. It's public school. If you need to prioritize other things over school supplies, do that. But also, if you can buy all of that, you can do those extras. I know some of it is for the class. Some of it does probably go to those kids that don't have anything. If you can do that and you can swing it and it's not a burden on you, do it. This is coming from a kid that grew up super poor in the dirt, that usually didn't have school supplies. I was that kid that had to rely on other people giving me things. That kid can't help it. That kid can't help the choices and the situations that they are in. So if you can do it and it's not a burden to you, do it. There has been years where I have been able to send extras and buy extras for the classroom, and I have gladly done so, just because I've been that kid that didn't have anything. So if you can do it, do it. But there's also been years where I couldn't do it, and don't feel bad if you can't. And that leads us into this next topic, and this next topic is where I get a little bit touchy. Okay. I know everybody gets really upset come school time, and everybody is really on edge about the supply list. Stop yelling at teachers. Stop yelling at your school personnel. That's not going to help anything. I recently learned in most districts, and this is all over the country, the teachers don't even come up with a list. The district does. So they can't help anything. please be kind to your kids' teachers and the people at your kids' school, because they are just trying their best like you were trying your best. Don't yell at them because you think you shouldn't have to buy 6 glue sticks and you only want to buy 4. Like, they can't do anything about that. Everybody's just trying to help make each child as successful as they possibly can. So give them a little bit of grace. Give yourself a little bit of grace. Take a deep breath. And like I said, use all of those resources. If you need help buying, don't worry about buying them, because they can't do anything to you. They can't remove your kid from school. So we're all going to just take a deep breath, and we're going to relax, and we're going to not yell at teachers and our school personnel, and we're going to be kind. Okay? Because they can't help it. Our next topic, our little back to school stuff, is going to be school clothes and school shoes and all that stuff that you feel the need to buy. If you don't fall into the trap that you need to buy just because they're starting school. If those kids listen to me, because I'm talking to myself too, if those kids have good shoes, have good clothes, just because they wore them the previous school year doesn't mean they need new clothes and they can't wear them again. Buy them babies 1 outfit a piece if you want to. Buy them babies no outfits a piece if they have decent clothes and they are clothed and dressed as best as you possibly can. Don't feel the need to buy new stuff. Don't feel the need to go hundreds and hundreds of dollars in the hole just because you feel pressured by everybody to buy new things. We're not going to do that this year. We are going to be rational. I'm talking to me. Because I usually feel the need to buy a whole new wardrobe, and I stress about it, and it's completely useless. Because I was going through their closet, because we're in the process of like swapping rooms and all this stuff with the girls, and I'm like, they have a whole wardrobe in here. Why do they need anything? So what I have done this year, and I will continue to do so, is they are each getting 3 outfits a piece. 3 new outfits a piece of their choosing, and they actually do need school shoes except for Kenny, so they are also getting 1 pair of shoes a piece for school. I usually do 2. I do like a tennis shoe type and then a Croc type. They don't need no more Crocs. They're getting 3 outfits and they are getting 1 pair of shoes a piece, and that is great because they have a whole closet full of clothes. They do not need clothes. So be like me. Don't fall into the trap to buy shiny new things and spend all your money. Don't do it. Now, if them kids need clothes, do it. But also find good sales. Old Navy has really great sales. Target has really great sales right before school. Walmart, Granimals, Wonder Nation, I'm hitting up them $4 racks. It's okay. Also, if you're going shopping and you're hardcore shopping, tax-free weekend is awesome to take advantage of. You can also stack coupons on tax-free weekend. That's usually how I buy the girls' school shoes, is tax-free weekend. Rack Room Shoes has awesome coupons every year for school shoes. Every year. That's usually where I go, and I try to order online on tax-free weekend and use my coupons online, and you build up rewards. Rack Room Shoes is one of my favorite go-to places for back-to-school shoes because their coupons are awesome. Like, I'm talking like $25 off. So do that. Also, that's another thing we're going to do, is we're going to take advantage and utilize those places that offer back to school clothes, back to school shoes, things like that, that they give out. We have a huge church in our area. They are really awesome with charity work, things like that. And they do a whole drive that they just give out clothes, school shoes, backpacks, and all of that. Like, take advantage of that if you need to. If them babies need clothes, that's what we're going to do. We're also going to go thrifting. We love to thrift. I would say at least 80% of my kids' wardrobe is thrifted. There is no shame in the thrifting game. We love to thrift. It is so fun when you find such a good item at such a good price that's barely used. So we're going to go thrifting too. So that takes care of our shoes and clothes and all that jazz. Our next topic is organization. I don't know about you, but guys, we thrive on a routine. I thrive on a routine. I'm like a newborn baby. I need a routine and I need to stick to it. Like this summer, we have gotten so off of our routine. It's been the most fun though, because I've not got to spend a summer with my kid in like almost 6 years pretty much. So this is the first summer that I've got to spend with him, and we've had so much fun. But boy, have we thrown caution and routine to the wind, and I'm probably going to pay for it in a couple of weeks. Which means our next thing. A week before school starts, we start hitting that routine hard. A week before school starts, we will start doing really hardcore bedtime again, because my kids also thrive on a routine. They need a bedtime and they need structure, and that's just what works best for us. So we are going to hardcore bedtime. Hardcore bedtime. We are going to hardcore wake up when we need to wake up for school. We start doing that about a week before school starts so we can get in the routine. That way, when that first week of school rolls around, we don't have crying and screaming kids and a crying and screaming me. So we are going to go ahead and get into our routine. And then another thing we do or try to do, and I really am going to try to stick with this. Y'all know, as a working parent, it is so hard to keep up with laundry and things like that and what you're going to wear. So a lot of times I would just have to throw stuff in the wash when I got home for them to wear the next day. I'm not going to do that anymore. I've got time where I'm now staying home, and this is what I'm doing. So we are going to get into a good routine of having our clothes set out for the week. I'm going to get one of those organizational bins for each of the kids. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That way they can pick their own outfit and get themselves ready. Brings us to our next thing. We are going to make sure our kids are doing their part in the morning. All of my kids are old enough. As Riley is old enough to get herself up in the morning, get started on her morning routine. Hattie and Kenny still need a little help getting up in the morning, especially Kenny. We'll get to that in a second. But we're going to get into our routine so they can get up and they can do everything as much as possible by themselves. They are old enough to take that responsibility. So, I'm speaking to me. They're going to do it. They're going to wake up, they're going to get themselves dressed and get ready in the morning, and it's going to be awesome. And I've got high hopes, guys. And I did get a shelf, a little ward, I don't know what you want to call it. I'll put a picture of it right here. It's got shelves, shoe holders, racks, everything. That's our backpack station. So I'm going to go ahead and get that cleaned up so we can start utilizing that again, because right now it's just holding shoes, coats, jackets, hats, all of the things. But we are switching that back to our backpack station now that school has started. That way there is a place for all of their things whenever they get home. That way it's ready to go when they need it. We also do like a little hair caddy. That's what I call it, a hair bag. Doesn't sound good, but that's what we call it. It's literally, all of my kids have curly hair, so all of their hair needs very special attention. And I know some of these videos, they probably look crazy, but I do take care of my kids' hair. It just wears on through the day, and it's just crazy. But they all have curly hair, and we all have to do the hair very specifically, and they all need very specific hair products. So I have a hair bag that has all of that stuff ready. That way I can grab it when we're in the morning. And I do still fix my kids' hair because they're still little and they're still learning. So I can get that really quick and get their hair ready to go before school starts. So that's all of our little organization tricks. And then we're going to go into lunch. And I mentioned Kenny earlier. Kenny doesn't do well with school. And I know if you guys have been with me for a while, you know she really struggled last year. It was really hard. But at the end of the year, when I started staying home, which is one of the main reasons I started staying home, she started doing an awesome, like, complete turnaround. But I don't know how this year is going to start. She's going to have a new teacher. She's going to have new routine. So we really don't know how it's going to go, and I'm really nervous. I'm so afraid that we are going to fall right back into what last year was, which was just one big struggle. So I'm going to do everything I can to make it as easy of a transition I can for all of them, but especially McKinley. And that means school lunch. So I know if you have a kid that has, any kind of sensory issues, anything like that, you know that there are certain triggers for them, and the cafeteria is her trigger at school. Does not like it. It overwhelms her. It overstimulates her. It's just not good. So one of the things we do to try to calm that down is we make her school lunch every day. And we started like slowly transitioning out where she would eat lunch at school sometimes, and she did really good with that towards the end of the year. So we're going into our school lunch section at this point. So our first thing we do, you need a bento box. You don't need one, but they make life a lot easier when you have littles. And I have two. here I have two options. I have tried and trialed a lot of school lunch things, and this is my favorite options. So this is the cheaper version. This is going to be the, I think it is it My Zone, Your Zone. It's the Walmart brand bento box, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's got a little handle so they can carry it. It opens on this side, and this is what it looks like in. And this also pops out so you can wash it. It's got different compartments, bigger compartments. These are silicone, so they kind of suction around so it doesn't leak. This is the cheaper version, and it is a great choice. It does still leak a tiny bit, not outside of the case, but around the section. So like if I had yogurt in this section right here and it got turned up, it might go into this section. So be wary of that. It doesn't do it often. It's mostly like thinner liquids, I would say, but it has leaked. But it has been great. It is an awesome thing to buy if that is what is in your budget. However, if this is in your budget, this is the way to go. I love this bento box. It is the Bent to Go brand. This thing does not leak. It does not leak. Everything stays in its sections. It is the best one. This is a great number 2. This is really, honestly, a really great choice if this is what is in your budget. Because when I bought this is what was in my budget. I saved money to get this. This is, I think, around $8. This is $19. But I'm telling you, it's so worth it if you can swing it. I had to budget for it, but it's got little separate compartments, the silicone little suction cups for the, or whatever you want to call it, for the section so it doesn't leak, are a lot thicker. It is great. Also, one of the things I have done, because it was really easy for them to get the sides mixed up if they didn't know. So they would turn it upside down and try to open it and it would be upside down. So I put stickers for the one that's supposed to be the top of it. So they always know the sticker needs to be looking at me and that's the right side up. You also need a really good little lunch box. I recommend this shape if you have bento boxes, because this is what's going to fit in it easily. TJ Maxx is an awesome place to go buy lunch stuff. It's really good. And that's where I got this from. I do recommend getting one of these. It is a stainless steel vacuum sealed thermos. These are really awesome if you're want to send like soups, pasta, anything like that. I've done chicken nuggets in this before. It is really great to have. I do also recommend getting one that doesn't have a character on it. I bought one because I saw cute character and they outgrew it really quickly and were too embarrassed to take it to school because they were sick of that character. They did take it to school for the rest of the year because I wasn't buying a new one. But I recommend just a plain Jane one. That way they don't outgrow it and you can use it year to year. Another really good option for school lunches, if you want them to pack it themselves, you can make you a little station that is already pre-filled with everything they need to have for lunch, so they can just toss it in the bag. Really, honestly, whatever your preference is. I prefer just to pack mine myself in their little bento boxes the night before. That way it's in the fridge. They go to the fridge, pop it out, put it in their lunchbox, and they're ready to go. I will do some school lunch videos come August. I'm excited. Probably most of August is going to be, or at least 50% of August is going to be back to school things. So we're going to do a lot of that. Okay, guys, we have talked about school supplies. We have talked about school wardrobe. We have talked about organization. We have talked about school lunch and all the fun things. We are going to start this year out. It is going to be so good. I am so hopeful that we are going to have a good year. Kenny is going to have a good year. Riley and Hattie, of course, are going to have a great year. They're excited to go back to school. It's going to be awesome. I want to do as many things as I can do to make life as easy as possible. As far as transition-wise, organization-wise, we're going to get on it. We are going to be kind. We are going to take deep breaths when we are feeling overwhelmed. We're also going to be easy on ourselves. Okay, that is our Busy Mom Hacks for Back to School Edition. I hope you guys have had so much fun. I love you guys so much. Embrace the chaos, because there's fixing to be a lot of it come in about 2 weeks for me anyway. So we're going to embrace it, embrace the chaos. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the fun things. It's all going to be fine. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.